Glendinning is going to tell you a wee story about Tam O'Shanter.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure, and indeed it's a real honour to be asked to recite Tam O'Shanter at the first proper Cornerstone Burns night. Before I start, I'd like to say a big thank you to our chairman for the evening. I've attended a few Burns suppers over the years, and I can truly say that of all the introductions I've had, well, yours was the most recent. Just before I start, and to give you some background, Robert Burns wrote Tam O'Shanter in 1790. After the famous antiquarian Francis Grose came to write the second volume of his Antiquities of Scotland, Burns asked Grose to include a drawing of Kirk Alloway, and Grose agreed on the basis that Burns wrote a poem to accompany it. The resultant Tam O'Shanter is a wonderful epic poem in which Burns paints a picture of the drinking classes in the old Scottish town of Ayr in the 18th century. It's populated by several unforgettable characters, including of course Tam himself, his bosom pal suitor Johnny, and his long-suffering wife Kate. In fact, I'm sure I saw Kate around here earlier. It seems she's disappeared, but I think, knowing Kate, she'll probably put in an appearance later on at some stage tonight. We're also introduced to Kirkton Jean, the ghostly winsome wench, Cutty Sark, or Short Skirt, and let's not forget his gallant horse and hero of the hour, Maggie, without whom Tam may not have lived to tell his tale. I personally believe that Tam O'Shanter is the best poem Burns ever wrote and includes some of the best lines ever put to paper. Or you could argue I'm somewhat biased, it's the only one I know from memory. But I'll let you be the judge of that. And so to begin, Tam O'Shanter, tale. When Chapman bullies leave the street and truthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tap the gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy and getting fou and unca happy, we think now in the lang Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam O'Shanter, as he for air a night did canter, all the air, while ne'er a tune surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hadst thou but been sae wise, as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice, she told thee weel that thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, aye market day, thou wasna sober. That ilka melder with a miller thou sat as long as thou had siller, that every naid was cad a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring fou on, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank wi' Kirkton Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched wi' warlocks in the murk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how mony counsel sweet, how mony lengthened sage advices the husband for the wife despises. But to our tale, aye market night, Tam had got planted unca right, fast by an ingle, blazing finely, where even swats that drank divinely. And at his elbow, suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, truthy crony. Tam knowed him like a very brother, they'd been through for weeks together. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with favours, secrets, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, Tam didn't mind a storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man sae happy, he drowned himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame with ladies of treasure, the minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life, victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race that flit ere you can point their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, it vanishing amidst the storm. Nae man can tell her, time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam on right. That hour a night's black arch the key stain. That dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sick a night he tacks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad. The wind blew as 'twas blown its last. The rattling showers rose on the blast. The speedy gleams the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deal had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through daub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire. Was holding fast his skirt blue bonnet, was crooning or some old Scots sonnet, was glowering round with prudent cares lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where ghaists and howlets nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snaw the chapman smored, and past the birks and meikle stain, where drunken Charlie Brack's neck been. And through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn upin the well, where Mungle's mither hanged herself. Before him Doon pours all his floods. The Dublin storm roars through the woods. The lightnings flash from pole to pole. Near and more near the thunders roll, when, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a blaze. Through Ilka Bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make her scorn. With Tiffany, we fear no evil, we can be able face the devil. The swats stay reimed in Tammy's noddle. Fair play, he cares na deals a boddle. But Maggie stood, right sair astonished, till by the healing-handed monist she ventured forward on the light. And oh, Tam saw an unca sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance. Nae cotty lombret new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, spades and reels, put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there's that old Nick in shape of beast. A towsy type, black, grim and large, to gie them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and guard them skirl, till roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood around, like open presses, that shod the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip sleight, each in its cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the holy table a murderer's banes and gibbetairns, twa span lang wee unchristened bairns, a thief, new cutted frae array, Way's last gasp is girded gape, 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son of life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the heft. With mair horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out with lees, seemed like a beggar's clute. 3 priests' hearts rotten, black as muck, lay stinking and vile in every nook. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they clicked, till ilka Carlin swat and reek it. And pushed their duddies to the work and linked at it in her sark. Now Tam, Tam had they been queens, all plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks instead of creasy flennin, in Snow White 1700 linen. Their breeks of mine, my only pair, that yance were plush with good blue hair, I'd have gained them off my hardies, for I blink of the bonny birdies. But withered belders, old and droll, where woody hags would speen a foal, and louting and flinging on a crummock. Wonder did they turn my stomach. But Tam kent what was fu brawly. There was I, winsome wench and Wally, that night enlisted in the corps, long after Kent on Carrot Shore, where mony a beast of dead she shot and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith meikle corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark, a paisley harn that, while a lassie she had worn, in longitude though, sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunty. Ah, little kenned I reverend Queen, that sark she coughed for her wee nanny, the twapper Scotch, 'twas all her riches, would ever grace the dance o' witches. But hear my news, her wingmon curse, that flights are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flang a soup o' jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like am bewitched and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidgeted fu fain, and hocht and blew with might and main, till first I caper, sign another, Tam tint his reason altogether, and roars out, "Well done, cutty sark!" And in an instant all was dark, and scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. As bees buzz out with angry fight, when plundering herds assailed a bike, as open pussy's mortal foes when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd when "Catch the thief" resounds aloud, so Maggie runs, the witches follow, with mony an ordinate screech and hollow. Ah Tam, thou get thy fare, in hell they'll roast you like a herring, in vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stay o'er the brig, there at them thou thy tail may toss, a running stream they darena cross, but ere the key stain she could make, the fent a tail she had to shake for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little was she Maggie's mettle, I spring brought off her master hail, but left behind the rain grey tail, the carlin clot her by the rump, left poor Maggie with her stump. Now, while this tale of truth shall read, of man and mother's son take heed. Whene'er to drink you are inclined, cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may by the joys o'er there. Remember, Tam O'Shanter.